Rorschach's Journal, May 16th. A comedian killed in Los Angeles tonight. Zach Scar, ladies and gentlemen, let him know. Make some noise. We're going to do something a little bit different now. We're going to do a new bit here at Comics and Comics, where we, meaning me, give an opinion about something. And just to be clear, this opinion must be taken as law, even if it's about something that hasn't come out yet. And in the spirit of fanboy posts on message boards throughout the internet, we're titling this new segment, But Let's Face It. Geeks have permeated our culture. Hot geek properties are snatched up by Hollywood like spice on Arrakis. The San Diego Comic-Con has become an event filled with movie stars, babes, and Hollywood power players. Gone is much of the stigma of being a geek, and in many ways, we are truly seeing a revenge of the nerds. But let's face it, most of the people out there calling themselves geeks today are complete and utter posers who must be stopped. Much in the way that a Skrull impersonating a cow cannot yield untainted milk, these so-called geeks can be distinguished from the real thing. Just talk to them and you can tell they're a little short for a stormtrooper. The main difference is that these people lack the social awkwardness required to immerse yourself in fandom to the point where the label is meaningful. They have not defeated King Sneer Ironbelly armed only with 20-sided die. They have not savored the victory of a mislabeled auction on eBay after years of uninterrupted searching. These people were at the prom. And why should they be allowed to join the AV club without knowing how to use the equipment? And I don't mean that figuratively. But I'm being vague here. I mean, who gets to make the decision as to what a geek is? Who makes that call? Kurt Vonnegut wrote a very interesting novel about art entitled Bluebeard. And in it, a character asks the question, how can you tell a good painting from a bad one? And the answer is, look at 1,000,000 paintings. Well, I will do you one better. How can you tell all that is good in the world versus all that is bad? Read 1,000,000 comic books. If you've read 1,000,000 comic books and people complain that you're nitpicking about anything, they are wrong. You are not a geek extremist. You are simply a geek, and the other guys are not. And more importantly, we need you. We need you to explain that combining the Joker and Joe Chill into one guy is a deal breaker. That Godzilla can never be CG. That Galactus is not a cloud. That Photoshop plugins are not a substitute for sound draftsmanship and anatomy. And we need you to never stop screaming to the heavens that Han Solo did not hold off on pulling the trigger because he was worried about the moral impact that it might have on Katie, Jet, and Amanda. And it's important to clarify that geeks don't hate everything. Fan is a big part of fanboy, and the things that you loathe are in stark contrast to the many, many things that you love. And when you've read 1,000,000 comic books, when you consume media in the way that Galactus consumes the energy of planets, creators do owe you. And you are entitled to be self-righteous, because, let's face it, you're right.